What's up, YouTubers? This is your boy Big Metroid Fan 9 coming to you with another video game review. And in this review, I'm going to talk about the game G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra, which was released on the Xbox 360, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PSP, Nintendo Wii, the DS, and mobile by EA Games. Now, for this review, I'm not going to mention the DS and mobile versions because they're like a designed differently than the rest of the home console versions. And this game is obviously based on the movie G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra, but it has essentially a different plot to it than the movie that is based on and everything. Now, the plot of the game is that G.I. Joe is on a mission to stop Cobra from using a machine called the mass teleportation device in order to take over the world and everything. Now, the game essentially has 20 stages in it, where you start off as you can play either as a Duke or Scarlet, and essentially the GI Joe that you don't pick is the one you control. In this case, it's either Duke or Scarlet and everything. Now, it is worth noting that there are other playable characters in the game. 10 of them are from GI Joe, and the other 4 are Cobra characters and everything. And the GI Joes are pretty much divided up into 3 classes, which are Commando, Heavy Weapons, and Balanced. Now, the Commandos are the ones who have like short range weapons, while the heavy weapon Joes are have like longer range weapons, which would be like stuff like rocket launchers or sniper rifles, stuff like that, and everything. And it's also worth noting that the 4 playable Cobra characters in this game doesn't fit the 3 classes. And the way that you unlock the characters is you earn battle points by defeating enemies or getting power up items and stuff like that, and you use the battle points to either unlock or free a particular GI Joe and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And plus you get an acceleration power suit for each of the characters that you play as. It doesn't matter if it's like Duke or Scarlet or whatever, but it pretty much enhances their abilities to the point that you essentially make quick work of any enemies or that you encounter and stuff like that. Now, I'll be honest enough to say that as far as the graphics and design for the game, they are dated and mediocre and everything, and the color palettes are dull and stuff. I would say, as far as the controls and gameplay, they are mediocre at best and everything, and with some bad camera angles. I would say the gameplay doesn't set itself apart from any other like run and gun games that has came out. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, the run and gun aspect of this game is a lot of people compared it to like Contra and stuff like that. Now, the soundtrack to the game is okay, but it's not necessarily mind blowing and everything. At the end of the day, G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra is essentially a run of the mill game, a mediocre one at that. You know what I'm saying? That should have had a different subtitle altogether, considering that it has a different plot than the movie, and plus it was set between the G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra and the second one that came after it called G.I. Joe: Retaliation and everything. With that being said, I give it a 7 out of 10. Like I said, it's essentially a mediocre run of the mill shooter, run and gun is particularly. With that being said, you can sound off in the comment section about G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. You can even talk about the movie if you want. With that being said, if you like this video, don't hesitate to click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. This is your boy Big Metroid Fan 9 signing off.